And I just proceeded to, lay down tracks that I thought I'd like, on records that, never really showed up. So I approached it from that direction.
Did you have a master plan, or did the album seem to take on a life of its own?
Yeah, no, there was no master plan because never wrote anything before.
Bob Coburn, you're listening to Rockline. Our first call for Ben tonight is from Dallas, Texas. Q102 is our station, and we welcome to the Rockline Christine. Hi there.
Hi.
Hi.
Ben, how's it going?
Real well, thank you.
How's the weather?
Where? I just got in from Boston. Back there it's lousy. Over here it's beautiful.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Los Angeles.
I'd just like to say that I love your solo album, and I love the way you sing.
Well, thank you.
I'm a number one Cars fan.
Great.
I was wondering, what made you choose The Lace as your album title? And I'd like to know when your birthday is.
Well, the birthday is September 8th, and the reason why we chose The Lace was because it happened to stand out in a lyric line, simply because one of the lines were the face that got away, so in order not to repeat that twice, I said the lace that got away, and it just seemed to stand out, so we called it The Lace.
It gives it a distinction without a doubt. Christine, thanks for your call. Our next phone call is from Los Angeles. We're going to talk with Dorian. He is listening to 95.5 KLOS. You're on the air with us, Dorian.
Hi, Bob. Hi, Ben.
Hi.
Ben, I'd like to ask you, what's the differences in recording this solo album that you just did and recording with Rick Ocasek and the rest of the Cars?
There's a lot more thought goes into it this way. I tell you, it's something that I never really expected. At one point I thought I wanted to do a lot of producing. I'm not too sure of that right now.
Did you enjoy the responsibility of it all, of being in charge of the whole project, basically?
Yeah, I had pretty much of a large time when we did pre-production before we left for the album. And then the album just started taking a lot of time, with getting the correct sounds, things like that.
Do you look forward to doing a second solo record? I know it's a little premature to ask that, but is it something you'd like to do again?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
I'll give it another try.
There you go, Dorian. Thanks for being on the air with us. Let's go to Florida now. Gainesville is our destination. We're going to talk with Carrie. She's listening to Rock 104. Hi, Carrie.
Hi. Hi, Benjamin.
Hi.
Hi. First of all, I'd like to say that I think you are very hot.
Thanks. You noticed.
I have two questions for you tonight. Okay, the first one is, why is it that the three of you as producers decided to put more emphasis on the music than the vocals?
You really think so?
Yeah, I just found that you didn't seem to be as upfront as I thought that you would do when you did a solo album.
Wow, that's the first time I've heard of that. I don't really have an answer to you. I pretty much thought it was the other way around this time.
And what about the other question, Carrie?
Okay, the other question is, do you have any more projects in the works with the Cars or without the Cars?
Yeah, we're supposed to start another album in February, and somewhere around the beginning or middle of summer, do a world tour.
I'm glad you asked that, Carrie. We had Rick on, I guess, a couple of months ago now, and one of the first things that we did right off the top was reestablish the fact that the Cars are indeed together and are going to be working on a new project, so we'll do the same with you. And Carrie, thanks for being on the show tonight. We appreciate it. We're going to stay in Florida, but move to Tampa now on the Gulf Coast of Florida. Talk to Linda, listening to 95 YNF. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Ben. How you doing?
Real well.
Good. I read that you and Rick met in college, and you started a folk group. And I want to know how your music transcended from folk to new wave, and now you've gone into the new direction.
Wow, just a matter of years, a lot of work and a lot of traveling, and it's something that you grew into without conscious thought. We were pretty much unconscious the whole time.
Now, you and Rick met in Ohio, I guess, was the case, right?
Correct.
And had a band called Milkwood, is that true?
That was few years later, yeah.
Was there an album that came out of that association?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
A collector's item at this point. Huh?
Great news.
Our next call for Ben is from Oklahoma City. We're going to talk with Tony, who is listening to Rock 100, The Cat. Hi, Tony, you're on.
Hi, that's Tom. How's it going, Ben?
Pretty good, Tom. All right.
I got a couple of questions for you tonight.
Yeah.
First, what do you think was more instrumental in getting the Cars record contract? Demand from your following, or from your live performances, or a combination of contracts and demos and business contacts?
We really had no business contacts, as it were. A local radio station in Boston first started playing our rough cassettes that we had. We did a 24-track session, and they picked up on it, and shortly thereafter we started playing at a club called The Rat, and, played there for months, I guess, and there was some interest from Elektra Records. They came down and saw us, liked what they saw, and asked us if we wanted to be on the label.
The song that really caused the interest was Just What I Needed.
That's correct.
That's the one that really got it rolling. So it was actually a song itself that got the interest up there. Tom, thanks for the call. We appreciate it. We're going to move now to Nova Scotia, to Glass Bay, talk with Ron, who's listening to 92 CJCH in Halifax. You're on the Rockline, Ron.
Good evening, Bob. Good evening, Ben.
Hi.
Hi. Well, I haven't heard too much of your Lace album, All These Days of Night, and I think it's a really great song, and if that's representative of what the rest of the album is, I think it's going to be a big hit. What I wanted to know was, when you were deciding to do your solo album, how did you choose your co-producers, Mike Shipley and Larry Klein?
They were pretty much introduced to me. I first met Michael through my management company, Lookout Management, and Elliot Roberts. He introduced me to Michael. And then through Michael, I met Larry Klein.
And Larry did keyboards on the album, too, didn't he?
Keyboards, arranging, and all the programming.
There you go, Ron. Thanks for your participation tonight. We definitely appreciate it. We're going to head back to Dallas now and talk to Tiffany, who is listening to Q102. Tiffany, you're on the Rockline with Ben Orr.
Hi, Ben.
Hi.
How have you been?
Fine.
Okay, I was going to ask you, why did you decide to have Elliot play on your solo album?
Well, pretty much Mike Landau, who was a guitarist on the album, came to London and he stayed at the Wool Hall for about 2 weeks, finished everything that he could possibly do in that amount of time. And then when we got around to listening back to most of the rough tracks, this was about a month or two later, decided that there were some portions that needed filling in, so I asked Elliot if he wanted to play, and he said yes.
Which would explain why he's listed second as guitarist, because Mike was the primary guitar player.
Correct.
There you go, Tiffany. Thanks for being on. Our next phone call is from New Albany, Indiana. We're going to talk with Heather. She's listening to 96 QMF in Louisville, Kentucky. Hi, Heather.
Hi Bob. Hello, Ben.
Hi. Heather.
Do you find it hard to put lyrics to your music?
I used to. I used to find it very difficult, but I brought in a friend and some wildlife from a while back.
You're on the Rockline, Jeff.
Hi, Ben. How you doing?
Okay.
Yeah, would you please say hi to my sister, Denise? She loves you.
Denise.
Yeah.
Denise. How are you, Denise?
I'd like to know, with Rick Ocasek's solo album being out at the same time as your solo album is, do you feel any competition at all?
No, not really.
None at all?
No, Rick and I have been friends for too long, you know. I hope we're still friends, but because I haven't seen him in quite a while. But no, I don't think, no, there's no competition there.
Just happenstance that they happen to come out almost simultaneously.
Purely
because
by
the cars
accident.
had a break is really the real reason why.
Yeah, purely by accident.
There you go, Jeff. Thanks for being on. We're going to talk to Scott now, listening to the Loop FM 98. You're on the air, Scott.
Hi, Ben.
Hi.
I was wondering, can you do me a favor and say hi to Angel? She's like a massive friend of mine, and she's kind of sick.
She's sick?
And, like, she's in love with you.
Angel.
Those two aren't connected.
No. Angel, get better. We'll talk.
What's your question, Scott?
I was wondering, which do you prefer the best? Working in the studio making albums or playing live?
I think I'll have to go with the live performance, although the studio does have its odd moments.
Is there a particular reason why? Is it the immediate gratification of playing live and the response of the audience that makes it so special?
Yeah, I think so, because, you know, all your energies are put out in the front, and it's right there. It lasts for an hour, and when you're done, you're tired. Feels good.
Yeah, it's a good tired, yeah. You're a bass player predominantly, but you also play other things. You've been known to play some drums and percussion. Is bass your favorite still after all these years?
No.
No? What's your favorite? What do you really like to play?
Well, I started out playing
keyboards too, don't you?
Yeah, I started out playing drums. It took like lessons for years on that stuff. Then I went to rhythm guitar, and I fell in love with that actually. So I'm real hot on rhythm guitar.
A latent guitar player here.
Yeah.
Scott, thanks for being on the air. We're going to play a song now that when Rick was on a couple of months ago, he said, we got to play this. This is one of the Cars' best, and it features Benjamin Orr on vocal. It's from the album Heartbeat City. The song is called Drive. Our next call is from Toronto, Ontario. Q107 is our affiliate. Greg, you're on the Rockline.
Hi, my friends.
Hi.
How's it going?
Real well.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm really glad to hear things are still cooking between you and the cars.
Oh, good.
First off, can you say a quick hi to Bill, Steve, and Gerald for me?
What, Bill, Steve, and Gerald?
All of those guys. Yeah. Okay. Need your question, please.
Okay. Who are your top 3 bands and or musical artists besides the Cars and yourself?
Oh, difficult question. I really don't put bands and artists together in like a file or something. And if I did, that would be telling.
Go to Atlanta, Georgia, and talk to Angie. She's listening to 96 Rock. Angie, you're on the Rockline.
Hi, Ben. How are you?
Good day.
Good.
Hey.
This is such an honor to talk to you. I've been waiting so long.
Oh.
Do you think you'll do a tour on your own?
Probably not with this album, but perhaps after the second one.
There is a possibility of that. I was going to ask you that, too.
Yeah, we just don't have enough time to go out on tour this time around.
Well, the Cars are starting another project.
Yeah,
that should take a while. The tour obviously will follow a Cars album release. Maybe in the future, Angie. I'll look forward to that as well. Let's move on now to South Texas. We're headed to Harlingen. Somebody listening to 99.5 KRIX in Brownsville. We're going to talk to a gentleman named Noel. Good evening.
Benjamin.
Hello?
Hey, let me say, guy, that I got all the Cars compact discs, and I also got the Lace on compact disc, and it's great.
For that.
And how many tracks are recorded for this album, and who decided to pick them?
How many tracks were recorded for the album?
Yes.
There were 11, so we had to drop one.
Do you think that might end up on a B-side, or is that lost to history?
I think I'm just going to hang on to it. I might need it later.
I need it later on. Our next call is from San Francisco. We're going to talk to Bruce. He's listening to 97.3 The Rocker. Bruce, you're on the Rockline.
All right, I've got a question for Benjamin.
Yeah.
Benjamin, I just wondered how, well, actually, I should say, is Michael Landau your main guitar player?
On the album he was, yes.
Wow, would you be using that guy to tour with by any chance?
There's been thinking on that nature.
What's your point, Bruce? You seem to enjoy his playing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, I'm originally from Los Angeles, and I was fortunate enough to see him in a couple shows, and I just, wondered what had happened to him, and, your album gets a real good guitar sound, and it just, now it makes sense why.
Yeah, he did a real fine job for me. Thank you.
All right.
Is that your question tonight, Bruce?
Well, I just wondered if I could maybe count on you guys being in our area, and if you were, I'd like to come see you, and I just wondered if Michael would be playing with you.
Possibly in the future.
All right.
It's a ways to go, so we're not sure yet.
Maybe on down the line, Bruce. Thanks for being on tonight. John has disappeared, so we're going to let Kim have her turn. She's in Ponca, Oklahoma, listening to Rock 100, The Cat in Oklahoma City. Hi, Kim.
How are you doing this evening?
Okay.
All right, well, I wanted to ask you, have you ever considered doing any acting?
Well, I'd probably consider it had I received a firm offer for doing something.
Do you enjoy making videos? Is that something you like to do?
It was all right. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Fairly well.
Come on, you love the camera, Vin, don't you? Come on.
It was okay.
It's okay. It's okay. Possibly, Kim, if he gets a good offer, he says. Anything else on your mind tonight?
Wanted to tell him he's a great singer.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being on. Let's go to Austin, Texas. KLBJ-FM 94 is our affiliate there. John, it's your turn to talk to Ben Orr.
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to say hello to everybody in Cleveland, especially WMMS on the buzzer.
Okay.
And also, I was wondering if you had any input in the project about a year ago called CARE, Cleveland Artists for African Relief, with the Michael Stanley Band, Donnie Iris, and the Busboys, because I was up there last year for vacation, and I was at one of the concerts there.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody there from the Cars, I was wondering if it was you.
Yeah, I was invited to do that session, spend about 3 or 4 days in Cleveland working on it. I'm glad it happened. Looking forward to doing some more.
There was a terrific song that came out of those sessions. I guess Michael Stanley and some other people were involved, and that's the project that we're talking about?
Right.
Mm-hmm. John, thanks for being on. You like to do that to relax? Is that a good form of relaxation for you?
Yeah, I guess you might say that.
Might say that?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the great record, and good luck with the Cars this time around.
Okay, good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Benjamin Orr.